Inspired Conversations, number 21. How is our energy affected by the food we eat? I love this topic. It's huge for me. I was always a very fat kid. And again, never really had any proper education from my family environment because, my parents were doing the best they knew how, because that's what, the information they were told by government, etc., and what they'd grown up with. We certainly didn't get any education from school in terms of health, nutrition, nor exercise. We did exercise at school, but it was just military style. And I did go to a gym, but again, I read Arnold Schwarzenegger's book on bodybuilding, and again, it was all, around bodybuilding. There was nothing around just everyday nutrition, health, and staying fit. I've run all my life practically and never lost weight and never could figure it out. It was not until I realised how important food was as to, it's what you put on the end of your fork that makes the most difference. And to this day, and for the last 4 years, the most important workout for me every day is the first one I do, and that's the one in the kitchen. Making a healthy lunch. And coupled with that is then doing, a short burst style workout with a healthy, smoothie packed full of, non-dairy, using healthy fats, using lots of leafy green vegetables, using good quality protein powder and vitamins and minerals, and I find having a good smoothie in the morning keeps me full all morning until lunchtime, where I get to have a beautiful healthy lunch, which keeps me full right the way through till dinner time. So I really find the difference there. The days I don't eat that type of food, I get cravings in the middle of the morning, I get cravings in the afternoon, and you snack on things.
See, I've grown up in quite a healthy environment, because my mum's mum did die of cancer, so mum's always been very aware of health and nutrition and, trying things that, help with inflammation that are natural, so different, fruits and, all sorts of things out there. But what I love about JJ Virgin stuff is that she's blending science, like it's a chemical experience that happens in the body based on what you put in it. So even though I'm generally very healthy, there's certain things that she's mentioned in here that I've just gone, I can really tweak my diet so I have more energy throughout the day. Even though I generally have energy, it's usually only when I, don't get a good sleep or something like that. But there's still things that I know I can do to help improve my diet even more, which I'm really excited about. It's just these little tweaks.
There's so much to learn when it comes to nutrition, because when I realised I knew nothing about nutrition, I started reading about it and following blogs, and I started reading a lot about it. But the weird thing is, I got a lot of conflicting information.
Yes.
There was a lot of variance in the information that was coming through, depending on who was selling it to you or selling a product to you. So, and it was only after many years of just constantly reading things that you start to narrow it down to a couple of things that are consistent, that, 5 or 6 people who are leaders in their field consistently talk about. And that's what I loved about JJ Virgin's stuff. We've listened to a couple of interviews by her.
Yeah.
She's a mum. She's into, personal training. But she's, the science behind what she shares and the experience behind what she shares, having seen what changes in people, what makes a difference in people, is what I seem to think is very much in tune with what a lot of other key people, there's a consistency with everything that she said, with everything else that I've read.
Should we go through some of just the things that she pointed out?
Yeah, just some of the, nasty ones, not to, 7 key foods which can have a big effect on us, which are things like corn.
Because it's the most genetically modified food. It's
peanuts.
Very inflammatory. Peanuts, which are one of the highest carriers of mold.
and they're not actually tree nuts; they're a legume.
Yeah, soy, lowering the thyroid function, and our bodies don't know how to handle that because it's quite a new, I guess. Was it a grain? It's not.
Well, it's very genetically modified too.
Yes,
so.
yeah.
Eggs, which was a shock on my list.
I know. I just gasped when she said that because I love my eggs, but it's because most chickens eat grain, which is made of corn.
Yes.
So the way, if you can find just pastured eggs.
Dairy was on her list.
It's kind of like a drug, she was saying. It's like
opium,
an opiate.
Opium for the brain.
Well, it's an opiate, yeah, like effect. And also, dairy is a key link to acne and rosacea. So if you've got, those things, try cutting them out of your diet and see how you go.
Sugar, this is a big one. I mean, that one's a no-brainer because sugar and artificial sweeteners are absolute no.
Well, she said here it's the number one drug of choice.
It is, yeah. But it's hidden in so many foods. Like they use corn syrup and fructose syrup and all sorts of nasty sweeteners.
Yeah.
And it was interesting how she was saying how artificial sweeteners are even worse for you than plain, normal, natural sugar.
Yeah.
So they taste disgusting. I don't know how anybody likes them. But even agave, how, the healthy trends of...
I thought agave was really healthy.
Yeah,
but it's incredibly high in fructose.
Pure fructose.
90% fructose, which is... Can't really explain it, me, in scientific terms. But, you've got glucose and fructose, but fructose is the one that... I think it, really raises your
insulin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Spikes your insulin levels. And gluten.
Yeah.
So from wheat. I mean, that's, again, that was a key thing for me, cutting out, carbohydrates to a degree, but also going gluten-free for the last year has really, I think, made quite a difference. In terms of energy levels, I feel a lot more energetic. You
don't get the bloating and then all of that.
Sugar gives you very short burst of energy, but then you crash and burn afterwards.
Yeah.
So it's a very temporary energy relief, but the crash and burn afterwards is long lasting. So it's not very good. So
So we are going to do a 3-week challenge.
Yes, we're gonna try the JJ Virgin 3-week challenge and just take out those 7 foods and then introduce some of them back in. I mean, obviously the ones we don't eat already: corn, peanuts, soy, sugar. We have gluten free in any case. So it'd be interesting just to play around because we are all different. That's the thing with nutrition. We all have different bodies, and it's something that we all need to know what works for ourselves. Inside of ourselves, we know what's right for ourselves. There is no right or wrong way when it comes to nutrition. There's awareness, and I think the way she goes about it is getting people to try what works for you, to experiment with what works with you. I've never believed in diets ever.
No,
I've certainly loved reading about different diets and the theory and the science behind it so that, again, I can learn.
But this is not diet as such. This is taking things out of your body that change the chemicals in your body to make you feel worse.
Yeah.
So I don't see that as a diet. I just see that as practical.
I
want more energy, so I'm going to do this for more energy.
Do you want energy-draining foods in your body, or do you want energy-giving foods?
Yeah.
Because your body can chemically... basically use those foods as it's meant to.
Yeah. We just need to find pastured eggs.